Josiah, thank you for joining me for this conversation I never wanted to have.
And yet, here we are.
It's so funny that you called this 3 years ago.
Hey.
I really hope this video doesn't do good because I don't want to watch season 2 of Peacemaker.
What?
Well, yeah.
No, this is going to do incredible.
Yeah, it did well.
Yeah.
So I think they already...
No.
I mean the video.
Oh, sorry.
No, he's talking about the video. I know what he meant.
But
We're definitely doing season 2 of Peacemaker. Don't you worry.
Yeah, Brandon did not understand when I said, I hope this doesn't get good watches. And he's like, oh, people did watch the show. I was like, no, I mean the video we're shooting, not the show we watched.
Yeah.
And then instantly you're like, no, we're going to do season 2.
Yeah.
So I'll say this about season 2
Peacemaker.
of Peacemaker, correct. I finally don't dislike Peacemaker.
Was that something positive?
So
about Peacemaker?
So what happened was, when John Cena showed up in The Suicide Squad, I didn't like him.
Yeah. Yes.
And that carried over into the show because I had that...
already predisposition.
Exactly. You took away my favorite character in the movie. I really enjoyed Rick Flag. I like the actor a lot.
Rick Flag Jr., I guess, so now we have to make it different.
Yes. Frank Grillo, I mean, yeah, his son, Ricky.
Frank Grillo did great work in this
Oh my goodness, I've always been a fan of that guy's abilities, yes.
He's got a very natural charisma on camera, which not a lot of guys have.
And so, while I cannot say I am in love with Peacemaker, I can finally say I guess I'm in like with Chris Smith.
Oh my. I will say, to be fair to you, the first season was very much, and I'll try to delve into this more as we talk more in this video. The first season was very much, you could tell DC didn't know what the hell they were doing. I guess is the only way I can describe it.
Sure.
Because the show was great. You gotta love this show.
That is the best joke. You made me laugh faster than this show did. Was this a comedy? Somebody please tell me, was this a comedy? I wanted to laugh.
This was 100%, in my opinion, a dark comedy. You have to remember, like, when that first season of Peacemaker was happening, the Justice League movie had just bombed. I think the announcement Henry Cavill was no longer Superman had just come out, which is why everyone was in shadows and black and white.
Right, yeah.
Which was very quickly retconned in season 2, might I add.
Which I'll say this, I think that helps to clarify things when they changed who
showed up.
Correct. Because I never liked Zack Snyder's
Justice League
vision.
Yeah.
And so to wipe that away kind of helps.
Yeah. It was definitely a big benefit. But my point being, in season 1 there was little to no structure in the world they were supposed to be set in.
That's true.
Season 2, vastly different story. Superman movie just came out. Very well received, very much enjoyed, did a great job of establishing a world that these characters can continue to be built in.
Absolutely.
And that showed a lot better in season 2.
Well, here's the other thing that the Superman connection to Peacemaker did, which was give weight to the nonsense. And I'm not trying to say going to a different world and inadvertently, unintentionally
Unaliving yourself.
Yes, thank you. I'm not saying that's unimportant. It is definitely important.
I'm about to say big deal.
But what weight was brought to it was, like you said, Rick Flag Sr.
Pretty much becoming Lex Luthor's hand puppet.
Well, what he did was he took elements of Luthor's plan and manipulated them to fit his own needs, desires,
agenda.
Revenge. Yeah, that's revenge. Yeah, revenge is a great way to put it.
I'm about to say, I think Rick Flag Sr. hated Peacemaker more than you did.
Well, he did have a closer bond with Rick Flag Jr.
Just slightly. Just like, barely noticeable. That father-son connection.
Exactly.
it was a well done season.
Yeah, so even the things that I disliked strongly about the first season, the idea that even from the jump, Chris doesn't have the ability or the wherewithal to stand up for himself when somebody calls him a racist. I'm like, opening scene. He accuses our, if not protagonist, then the namesake of said show of being a racist. And worse than that is John Peacemaker accepts it. That is the real issue. You start the show on the premise of the accepting of this concept. Bad idea, in my view. What the crap? And so here, when he enters a world, and I'm not gonna say spoiler because come on now.
I'm about to say, if you're watching the video,
why and you didn't watch the show? What are you doing?
Yeah, about to...
And so when he ends up on Earth X, and he misses literally the most obvious things ever.
A literal mural of Hitler.
Right. Mein Kampf everywhere.
How did I miss that?
Yes.
Listen, I understand that there's no way he looked at a book. I'm like, you know what? I know it was played off as a joke, but I totally believe it.
Yeah.
However, giant mural. I'm like, Chris, come on, bro.
That's a good point. But I'll say this in defense of willful blindness. I think we all potentially have
rose-tinted glasses.
Well, what I was going to say is someone so impactful from our past that if we had them back, we could be dismissive of virtually anything. Yeah. And so with that, I understand the
mindset.
Yeah, the mindset, the choice, the not wanting to see the obvious.
Yeah.
But the thing about the other characters going to Earth X that drove me nuts was there were two lines. One from vigilante to vigilante, and one.
I knew you'd probably hate that one. Yeah.
Of course, but it's and Ads did the same thing with Judo Master. Not same, but similar. They both made similar arguments. I understand that people have different perspectives. That's something. However, the point is, if you're incapable of admitting that people are not locked up, forced into labor, used in...
What he's trying to elegantly say is, this is not as bad as Nazi Germany.
Well, and even in that world, it's Nazi America, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Nazi America in this situation.
Or, I guess we can get into the depths of the government, so perhaps it is
we're not
the
gonna
United States of Germany. I don't know.
I'm about to say, we're not going to get political, because that's not what this show's about.
Oh, yeah. No, I just think it's weird that two separate conversations happen within close proximity of each other that kind of... That kind of alluded to the idea that the... I'm going to call it Earth Prime.
I'm about to say Earth X and Earth...
I'm going to call it Prime for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
That they weren't as dissimilar as the Earth X.
As they would like it to be.
Right.
And I think that like it to be is the essential point there. Even when like Blue Dragon was talking like, listen, I don't fight every atrocity that happens every day. If you do, that's awesome. And that you live in a beautiful utopia. But reality-wise, like... You're not going to fight every atrocity that comes up.
Well, I'll say this. Augie was very... He would have fit in just fine.
This would have been paradise for him.
And whereas...
In a different way than it was for Chris.
Right. And whereas Augie from Earth X was not on board with the regime, if you will.
Yeah.
Which I presume is the case. I mean, I don't... Again, we didn't go into the depths of the...
I'm about to say, literally, like, they did not talk about the government whatsoever. We got bare minimum clip notes of what's going on in Earth X. Now, if you want to know, there's plenty of comic books to reference.
It's true. And CW went to Earth X for, I think, like 6 episodes.
Damn, was it that long?
Well, and he even got a spin-off animated.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, it was...
I haven't seen that.
So I didn't watch it, to be real with you. The Ray, who was their guy, their prime hero, he got an animated spin-off.
Okay. Well, if I ever find it on board, I'll check that out.
Oh, yeah. It was released on CWC, their website. Little streaming gimmick.
Yeah, that explains why I never saw it.
Yeah, it wasn't on TV. It was on
I'm about to say,
internet.
I was about to say, because even when I was deep in the Arrowverse, I'm like, I don't remember this at all. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, it's because Vixen also got an animated CWC gimmick.
Okay, so they animated a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, just it was like they were like, oh, I've got these ideas. Can we get a TV show? They said no. They said, oh, cool. We'll animate it. I guess.
We'll animate it.
Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Point behind bringing up those two lines that were within close proximity, I felt like they were not nearly as heavy-handed as the season 1, what I would call nonsense, or it begins and ends with proto-fascist libertarianism. That
line.
what?
Say the line. That's what the line.
The line that ruined... Okay, that's not true. The line that cemented the fact that this show is wrong on all levels is when Adebayo says to Peacemaker, why didn't you take the side of the butterflies, you and your proto-fascist libertarianism? You are not fascist and libertarian at the same time. Fascists want to control everything. Libertarians want to be left alone and leave you alone. I do not like that this show is so askew. It has such a warped perception of reality that there is no way to understand this other than James Gunn worshiping at the altar of the leftism. I'll tell you, you come here and... Actually, that reminds me, because me and Brandon had this conversation on Sunday. On Sunday we had this conversation. So Brandon, why don't you help these fine viewers understand what the butterflies were fighting for?
Easy there, Pastor.
And why it didn't make sense.
So, the butterflies
why it
were
does make
fighting
sense.
for, since their alien home planet got destroyed because they used up all the natural resources and they killed the environment.
You know what Earth does.
Yeah. So the butterflies.
Yes, what Earth does in the leftist religion, it is the preordained truth.
So when they came in, they were like, okay, we're just going to live and habitate here. But one of the Gur got in their minds like, oh, they're doing the same exact things that we're doing. So why don't we just take control over their bodies?
More honestly, obvious political perspectives.
Yeah.
Because in season 1, I was just like, can you please stop being so obvious with your opinion when it comes to, oh, the reason the aliens are here is because people are killing the Earth, and it's like, there has not been one thing established one time in one movie, because up until that point, it's all been movies. Right? There was no other TV shows, correct?
I'm really running through the Rolodex. Give me a second.
Sure. But
I don't think so, yeah.
My point is they hadn't established that, oh, who's a good example? I mean, just for the sake of argument, Lex Luthor is polluting, right?
Okay.
Or they didn't say, oh, can you believe...
It wasn't like an inverse reason. This is more you, the people watching this show.
Correct. That was my beef with the concept.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And so... Anyway, I just thought it was less heavy-handed this season, which was good.
I'm about to say, it was
I like
definitely
subtlety.
more up to interpretation as the
Oh, I was impressed by his
transformation.
My goodness. And then every time I've heard him do an interview, he just feels like the most grateful human being. And I'm just like, I like that.
I can always appreciate that in an actor. Let's be honest, it's a blessing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Not everybody can do that. And many people try.
Yeah.
But yeah. The second season, I really enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, I enjoyed season 1. So.
True.
But
I have a question about the finale. I've seen nothing but dislike on the internet.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Go ahead. What did you see on the internet?
It's just that people thought it was a letdown, right?
Interesting.
And to me, I thought the finale was appropriate for the story that was being told, because the through thread for me from the jump was Chris wanting to know if Harcourt felt what he
something.
felt. Yeah,
Felt anything.
Exactly, yes. He didn't need it to be identical, but just
Yeah.
something. Good point.
Yeah.
And legitimately, it's her inability to acknowledge similar feeling.
Any feeling.
Exactly, is what led to him abandoning Earth Prime to go to Earth X.
To be fair, it is a multitude of things that led to that, but yes, that was the main driving force. It was like, okay, this is the one thing that could keep me here, and I don't even get that. All
Yeah,
right.
and so my point is, I thought that the finale fit really well for the story. Mm-hmm. There is one piece of the finale I didn't quite understand, but I'm not even mad at it. I only would have, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I would have only liked for, I'm going to say, ads or any character. It didn't have to be her. Any character, Economos for that matter. I would like for I would like for any character to have played chess.
And for the checkmate thing?
For the name checkmate to make sense, or to have some relevance to the story, right? I know checkmate is an actual DC comic
thing, and
yes,
I think most of the cast that are in there have been in checkmate.
Correct. I just wish that there would have been some sort of alluding to
tying thread.
Yeah. But I'm not mad at it. It's just it's a very small complaint.
So literally, your complaint is there was no foreshadowing.
Yeah, I just wanted a little bit of just give me a little extra, you know.
A little tease. I like that they left a lot of stuff up to interpretation. Now, if you could have completely missed stuff, and like you won't catch it until you watch it again.
Sure, but here's the one thing that I'll say about not having subtlety, because
from what I can get from Peacemaker, even from the first one, is he is always not a pushover, but he kind of just goes along with whatever someone says.
It certainly seems that way.
Yeah.
I just again
when you fold a lot as a child, you tend to fold a lot as an adult.
You're right.
The Augie reveal was not subtle at all.
Oh no, not in the slightest.
And when Vigilante, I'm not sure which to be real with you, but when Vigilante was seen getting ready to defend his friend,
that's a good way to put it.
That was also very obvious, and so I think that when it needed to be.
I feel like it was Earth Prime Vigilante.
Okay.
Because the other Vigilante very clearly said, I hate Peacemaker. Hate him with a passion, despise him. Now,
and so he wouldn't be trying to save him. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, did a phenomenal job. But like with Autobio, especially like the two things I'm thinking of both happened in like the last episode, obviously. But it's the scene of her talking to her wife.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, she's saying stuff that is breaking my heart. But I also understand where she's coming from. Because nothing she said talking about, like, we're not right for each other because there's no way we can be happy together and still do what we want to do in life.
Can I tell you why that didn't get to me?
That didn't hit you the same way? Let me hear.
I'm not saying people. I'm not saying
I'm about
people
to say
don't
you're married,
change.
so
I'm just going to say I'm not saying people don't change.
Yeah.
But my perspective is, you should approach a relationship with the intent of going the same direction. And if you don't, you're setting yourself up for pitfalls.
Yeah.
And so that's why when the speech is happening, I'm just like, how is this just now occurring to you?
I feel like that, and that's part of her growth, though. I feel like her coming to this.
I do believe the character is way younger than me.
Yeah, I'm assuming she's.
I'm gonna say 20-something.
20-something, mid-20s, maybe.
That feels close or accurate. It's not like they tell us, but.
And then obviously the other scene was when they're pretty much putting their foot up Chris's ass, like, dude, you're not the angel of death. You're not cursed. You're loved.
It's interesting. I both understood and enjoyed his looking down upon himself in prison, and when everybody came together and said, you're wrong.
Yeah.
The second scene meant more to me than the first, is because I think it's kind of timeless, the idea that you can fall short in your own mind, and then your people can help bring you back to the right mindset. I don't have a brother. Do you have a brother?
Yeah.
High five.
Nice. Oh, man. That brotherly love.
Yeah, so the first season, I broke down every episode. I said, these are my complaints and these are the scores.
This is what I like, this is what I hate.
But so much has changed in the last 3 years that often with TV, I've went to a much simpler format, which is watch, or don't watch.
It saves a lot of time.
Is it safe to assume that you believe that season 2 of Peacemaker is a watch?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yes. I think it's more of a watch than season 1 is.
Okay, so I am probably going to break your heart,
Wow.
but there's one specific thing to me that makes it continue to be not watch.
Let's hear it.
It's funny because Brandon actually brought this up in season 1's review.
The last video.
So, I think the other issue that I have is I don't have a problem with profanity, but I have a problem when it's just excessive to me for no damn reason. That I'm like, okay,
you said a bad word.
Yeah. Language.
And I agree with Brandon that not just did season 1 do this, but season 2 continued the trend that I don't think is needed. And when I say needed, I mean it turned me off to the product. The vulgarity of season 2, because James Gunn put such an emphasis on needing to have seen Superman before watching season 2 of Peacemaker, and then you pop it on and everything is all out, legitimately, and nobody holds back. Now, it's funny because my favorite episode is the last episode.
Really?
And not because it's the last one. That could have been a funny haha gag. The reason the last episode is my favorite is because of the heart of the episode, right? I think that the last episode is the best because even the things that I think are too much are definitely manageable. Like, when I say manageable, I often watch things and think, ooh, could I nip tuck? Could I, cut this up and make it my way? Some way that I would find more pleasing. And I do think that I could have done that with the last episode.
Yeah.
No. And so, like, all throughout the time that I watch, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I clean this up? Because in a world where Superman is your starting point, my point is I think that you ought to try your best to make things fit. Whereas this definitely was in for mature.
Yeah, and for mature, rated R.
Yeah, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, whatever the rate, I'll follow.
Yeah,
But point being,
yes,
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, and that's my only reasoning for giving it a don't watch, because
So basically, if they don't care about the DC extended universe, you would give it a watch?
well, no, what I mean is I think that the show is made wrong.
Made incorrectly? What? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, so what I mean is, if you're going to say you must watch Superman before you watch this, then don't open up with non-family friendly material. Because it just feels like the wrong direction to go. When I think Superman, I think everyone.
Clean cut, Boy Scout.
Yeah, Big Blue, literally, and I thought even that movie had maybe a touch too much language, but it was never from Superman, so that was my
I was saying
justification.
it wasn't all from Lantern?
Well, Mr. Terrific as well.
Oh yeah, that's
A
right.
little-
You did have
a
a
little-
couple, yeah.
But
yeah.
but my point just is, it was never
I
from
might rewatch that movie. That was
Superman.
good.
Yeah, I really enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I was to make any critique, it was like maybe one or two too many. But even then, it was like you're skirting the line. You're like right on the line. You might get your nose over it, but you're not.
So what I was just saying is, if Peacemaker had danced around the line a little bit more, it might have been more palatable to the universe extending tie-in
and
portion thingy.
like it
Is what you're trying to say.
Yes, and the thing is, it's definitely an improvement over the first.
Yeah.
And even you admit that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm not going to sit here and say season 1 was a masterpiece or anything. I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
I have peculiar taste.
When I think of a cohesive DC universe, I want for things to feel like they fit together.
He wants everything to match.
And it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm about to say, so you don't want it to fit like a puzzle, but you do want it to appear like it's in the same picture.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to put
Yeah,
that?
that feels good.
Okay.
I mean, this was fun.
I'm not against that.
Here's the deal. I like that Rick Flag Sr. was able to not kill Peacemaker while also getting his catharsis.
Mhm.
Because, as you know, I'm not pro that. And so that was good. I'm a fan of it. When you can come up with ways around in the character's life, is what I mean, then I'm happier.
Especially in comic books, you gotta respect it because you could just bring whoever you want back to life.
Absolutely, especially since they got all these dang doors.
Facts.
But so I like that. I like the ending justified the storyline of the show. It tied into Superman.
Paradox,
Yeah,
pocket dimensions. That was the word.
exactly.
As like the scenes were coming along and like you see more of his moral compass, I'm like, oh, I don't completely hate you.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
I think the more people died,
yeah.
the more I was like, oh, this guy, he's important.
Yeah. Clearly.
He's at least a.
Oh, he didn't get his face eaten. He'll probably be around.
Again, if just a handful of different choices were made, I would have given a different score. But thank you very much. Appreciate your help.
For sure.
Brandon, thanks for watching. Too bad you couldn't make it.